Now that we've set up our menu structure for the website, we can get started on setting up the footer and header of your website. So click over to the Theme Builder area. And again, the header is the top of your website and the footer is the very bottom of your website. Once you're in the Theme Builder area, you'll notice that we already have these items here because we imported them earlier on in the installation and activation tutorials. The lime green lets us know that this is a global area, so any changes we make in this one header will be implemented across every header on every page of your website, same with the footer. So that's what global means. So let's get started on the header. So once this area loads, we are going to be able to set up the menu that's for the top of your page, and we'll go ahead and set up the colors and the fonts and the links for that area. So once this area loads, you can go ahead and get started on changing the background colors and the fonts of the areas. We've already set the fonts in the theme customizer and the presets, so that should have already filtered over to this area. And if not, if there's anything that needs to be adjusted, you can go ahead and do that using the Divi Theme Basics for the background colors and the fonts. So I'll just do a quick little overview. So to change the background color, you can just hover over it. You can see this whole area needs to have their color changed, so you know that it's this blue section setting, so you can change the background color there. And once you've implemented that, just click Save. This is a button, so what you want to do to change that link is we've already set up our menu structure, so we can just go down to this link area and we can hit that dynamic builder for the dynamic links, and we'll actually set the page that you want this to go to. Because we've already activated the pages when we set them up. We've already set up our menu. So go ahead and pick the page you want this button to go to. And once you've selected it from the dropdown, click Save. And you can make any changes to the design in the Design tab and the text buttons there. So once you've set that, and if you wanted to change, let's see, the link color, you could also change. I think that's already set in there. So if you wanted to change the text color, you can just change it right here. But it's actually not set as the text, so it's a heading text. So go to the heading text area and you can change it in this area. Okay, that's not changing. Oh, okay. So it's because I was in the link area. So click over to this. If you're ever having trouble and nothing's changing, it has to do with what tab you're in. I was in the link tab, and this is not set as a link within the content structure. So go ahead and you can change the color in the text color area to your desired color if you would like. And then once you've set that color, click Save in the menu. And then these are, you can change your email address and your phone number here. And then this social media icons, you can go ahead and click the module settings area. And for each one, what you're going to do is for Facebook, if you don't have any social media, just click the delete button. If you have different social media network areas, but you don't have very many, what you can do is just come in here, click on this gear icon, click on the network button. If you want to change any of these, you do that here. And then to set the link, you're going to put your social media account URL for the corresponding network. So to change this color of the background, click on the background color and then you can implement that here. And then once you've done that, you can click on design, and to change the icon color, it's on the design area and you can click it there. So once that is done, you can also make any additional design changes there. Once that's done, click the Save. So once you've made the changes to the Facebook icon, go ahead and click on the next social media account that you want to change, and go ahead and you can pick the social media type or network here and add your link in just as you did with the Facebook. Change the background here and then click over to design. And then also do the rest of the social media networks there by clicking add if you want to add a new one, and then you can just add the network, the link in the background, and change the design. And once you're all done with that, and click the Save button. set this button link here. Again, you would just come down here to the link area, and from the dynamic links, click here in the settings button, you just pick the page that you want to set. So that's why we set the menu ahead of time before coming into here, so we can just go ahead and set these page links. If you need to refer to the Divi Theme Basics tutorials on how to change the buttons, you can do so at any time, and then in the Rejuve kit, there is the link to get into the Divi Theme Basics on how to change the designs of the buttons. So for this menu area, you are going to click on the module settings, and this is where you'll pick the menu that you set up. So I'm going to click on main menu, and then you can add a background if you would like down here, and click on design. And then when for this drop down menu, so this is for when you hover and you have a drop. If you don't have a drop down, don't even worry about it. But you can change those items here. So if I change that there, it changes like that. So that's what that drop down menu does. And you can change all of these design elements here. To change the layout, you would just do that here. And then the drop down menu, you can actually make it so that it loads upwards instead of downwards. So that's how that is. And it was hiding behind the logo. So in order to adjust that, you would need to make more space between the logo and the menu. And to do that, you would go down to spacing and you would add additional padding. You would have to add a lot of additional padding in order for that to come up. So I don't recommend using that drop down or for the element to go upwards like that. So once you've set your menu and you have it the way you want it, and you've set the design, the text colors that you would like, and the font settings also, go ahead and click that save button. To upload your logo, hover over the logo that's there, the placeholder logo, click the settings area, and then click on the image, and then you'll just drag and drop your image into there. So once that's done, you would, if you need to resize it, click on the design element and click on sizing. And you could adjust it just like that. And then you can test it for the mobile as well. So you can make it bigger or smaller for these different devices. And you can also pick a different device to check that on. So once you're done with that, click the save button. And then click on save here at the bottom. And then to exit, you want to make sure this is saved all the way. And then you'll click the X button at the top once it has saved. And we'll get started on the footer next. So to get started on making changes to the global footer, you'll just click on the global footer pencil, just like you did with the header. And adjusting the footer is basically the same as adjusting the header, so I won't go over each detail individually, but I will give you a quick overview. Again, to change out this logo, you just click on there and you're going to drag and drop your logo in here and resize under sizing. To change this text area, you can just highlight it and backspace it. You'll want to change all of these elements here. To adjust this menu, again, if you don't want a menu there, you can click the delete button. And then if you set up a footer menu that's different from the main, go ahead and select that menu here. I did not already pre-set up the drop-down menu for this because there is not a drop-down for any of these items. So if you need to set up the drop-down menu because you have items in there, you can do that under the design tab and you can set that up. So once you've done the menu, click save. And the same for the social media icons. To change those out, you just would click on the gear icon. You would select the social network, put in your link, change the background color here and the icon color here. And you can make additional changes there. And you'll want to do that for each social network. And if you need to add new ones, you click here. So you want to set this button link up here. And to do that, do it from the dynamic content and select the page from the drop-down menu. Now, if you wanted to delete this footer area, I really would appreciate if you didn't because, of course, every artist loves their credit. But If you do absolutely not want this on your website, I understand. To access this area, you would click on the 3 white dots and you'd click on this wireframe view. And it's the very bottom of the website, and you want to make sure you're at the very bottom. You would click the delete button to get rid of that, and you'd go back into the desktop area. Again, I appreciate it if you didn't get rid of it, but if you absolutely need to, or if you need to make adjustments to it, it's in that wireframe area. If you need to change anything, you can do that here. And again, you can go back to the desktop. So once you've made your changes, just click save, and we'll be taken back to the theme builder area. And we can get started on more customizations. To update the 404 page while you're still in the Divi Theme Builder, hover over the custom body of the 404 page. We're not going to touch the header or the footer for that area because it is the same header and footer, and you don't want to have to make those updates after we just changed it globally, so don't worry about that. So a 404 page is exactly this. It lets you know that you went to a page that doesn't exist. So go ahead and to set your styles, click on this green row settings area, or just hover over till the arrows show up, double click. Click on background and go ahead and set it to the background that you would like to set that to. Click save. And then right here on this hover over area, we are going to make changes to this global element, but I'm going to go over how to do that next. So in order to not complicate things, what you can do is just go ahead and click on that. If you want to change this area at all, click on this gear icon. You can update the text here. Click on design, and you can change the heading text to a different color if you would like. And then right here is your the button to return home. Click on the gear icon. You can change the button text there. Click on the link. And to set the page link, I'm going to go ahead and just set that to home. Click on save. And once, if you want to get rid of this picture and put a different picture in, just hover over that, click the gear icon, and upload your new image there. So once that is done, click save, and you're all done setting your header, footer, and 404 page. For now, we will come back to set the menu links once we've created the menu at the very end. Click exit, and we'll now go over how to work on the Rejuve styling guide to set your branding styles throughout your website on one page. So let's get started on that.